Will Anthony Joshua turn a new chapter in his boxing career? Or will he burn out like a porn star? All these questions will get answered when AJ returns to ring on April 1st to face Jermaine Franklin at the O2 Arena in London. Joshua is coming off back-to-back losses against unified heavyweight champion Oleksandr Usyk. It's a major setback in a relatively young career. He hopes to set the record straight and register a win with his new coach, Derrick James. Joshua is coming after a lengthy layoff of 226 days. After his two losses to Usyk, it only made sense to take a step back and make adjustments and come back stronger and better. Ever since he became champion, AJ has faced one top contender after another. After defeating Klitschko, he beat Joseph Parker, who was at the time the undefeated WBO champion. He knocked out Alexander Povetkin, whose only loss was to Vladimir Klitschko before that. He got past a tricky opponent in Carlos Takam, took a short notice fight to Andy Ruiz in New York and lost, but then came back and destroyed Ruiz in the rematch and won almost every round. He knocked out Kubrat Pulev and then ran into Oleksandr Usyk. His resume is indeed the best among his fellow heavyweight challengers and champions. If AJ ends up fighting Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, he can successfully hold his head up and say that he has fought the best in his era. Neither Fury nor Wilder can say the same. Joshua, despite his losses, is the biggest draw in heavyweight boxing. AJ versus Fury is still the biggest fight in British boxing history. AJ versus Wilder is the biggest fight probably in boxing. And these two fights are still out there for Joshua despite his losses. The only blemish on AJ's record so far is his two losses to Oleksandr Usyk. But Usyk does that to everyone. He was the undisputed cruiserweight champion, and he has had hundreds of amateur fights before. He ran circles around AJ, and Joshua got exposed a little bit in that fight. However, we don't know what happens if Usyk faces Fury or Usyk faces Wilder. Despite calling Usyk a middleweight, Fury ducked him. If a southpaw like Otto Wallin can rough Fury up, so one can only imagine what Usyk can do. If a cruiserweight like Steve Cunningham can put Fury on the ground, then Usyk has a very good chance of doing the same as well. If Deontay Wilder can't land a right hand on Usyk, then the whole night he wouldn't be able to catch him. Remember Wilder's two fights against Luis Ortiz. Ortiz was winning both the fights. He was ahead on the scorecards in both of them until age finally caught up with him. He got tired and hence got knocked out. But Usyk won't get tired. Even in the championship rounds versus Joshua, Usyk was still bobbing and weaving away. So Usyk is a nightmare matchup for anyone and everyone in the heavyweight division. And Joshua can proudly hold his head up and say that he fought Usyk twice in his prime. He didn't need to. He could have easily avoided him. But he faced him and took his losses like a man. So Joshua coming back to face Jermaine Franklin might upset many fans. But nobody got upset when Fury fought Tom Schwartz or when Wilder fought a 38-year-old Robert Helenius. Jermaine Franklin is a better version than both of them. Franklin is 29 years old. He's a young fighter who gave Dillan Whyte more than he could handle. It was an extremely close fight. An argument can be made that Franklin won it as well. So this is the biggest fight of Jermaine Franklin's career, and no doubt a win against Joshua would open the doors for him. You would be extra motivated for this fight as well. For Joshua, he needs to stamp his authority and win in a destructive fashion. He needs to divine everyone of how devastating he can be. It's his first step on his comeback to reclaim his heavyweight title. A great night of fight awaits us. Let me know in the comment section what you feel. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe to the channel.